What's going on, people? Back with a bang. This is the Money Management, back here to bring you guys my stocks to watch for this upcoming week. So the first thing I want to say is happy Sunday to you guys all. Hope you guys have had a nice weekend. Hope you guys have had a chance to rest. But now it's time to start studying and get back to the business. So this week, one thing you want to know is we have Mr. J Powell talking again. Could see some changes, could see some updates, could see some positive news. Who knows? But I think it's more red this week, more news that people don't want to see. But for those of us who like trading puts, that's the kind of news we do want to see, I must say. Also, as I mentioned in the last video, Tesla have filed for their 3-for-1 stock split. And, we can start with that. Let's be honest, we've known about this stock split for a while now, and the opportunity has finally presented itself to make some money off the calls for me. Now, I don't want you guys to get it twisted, right? In 2020, they did a stock split, a 5-for-1 stock split, and that saw the stock rally like crazy. But what happened after that is it tanked ridiculously. So I think the similar situation will occur this time. One thing to note is the actual stock split itself does not happen for a few months. I think it's August that it's happening. But when the news is confirmed like this, short term, it makes the stock rally. But again, the price of the stock is going to stay the same for now. So it's still going to be, $705 or whatever it is right now. So just keep that in your mind. Just beware of that. But let's jump onto TradingView. Okay, 696 it says is the last price, but I think that's what it closed at. But like I said, let's jump onto TradingView, have a look at some of these charts, a bit more technical analysis, so we can see what we're looking at this week. Please do remember that you can drop a thumbs up on this video if you're enjoying it. Just if you appreciate my efforts. It's been a busy weekend, but I'm still making time to make this video just for you guys. So first thing I want to look at is crypto puts. As I mentioned in the last video as well, it's time for crypto puts. Guys, Bitcoin has just been tanking this weekend. It's got me thinking, do you guys think Bitcoin is just completely worthless? Do you guys think it's all maybe just a big scam? No, I'm joking. I don't think it is. But honestly, if crypto does end up taking back off anytime soon, shares at these prices around 750 could be amazing for, stocks like Mara, Riot. Obviously, investing in crypto itself like Ethereum, Bitcoin could be a good long-term opportunity right now. But like I said, I'm actually looking at crypto puts right now. So puts on the crypto mining stocks. Unfortunately, I think looking at these kind of stocks, once the market actually opens tomorrow, many puts would have already just taken off and brought back crazy returns. I know there are opportunities in the market when you can hold over the weekend, but I didn't want to take that risk. Maybe it's come back to bite me. We'll see. Not come back to bite me. I've missed out on opportunity, that's all. But yeah. All of these crypto mining stocks are below their moving averages, below any levels of support. I think a lot of them are at their lowest they've been in years. Honestly, years. If I look at the daily chart for a stock like Mara, again, you can look at Riot, BTBT, Can. Okay, yeah, a couple years. It ain't been this low in a couple years. December 2020. Crypto puts, guys. Riot is the same thing. Same exact story. Riot blockchain. Same exact story. Look at it. Trending at $5 now. It was at $80 just last year. Crypto puts. BTBT. Another one. They all have the same chart, so I don't need to go through all of them. Another one is HUT. Hut 8 mining. Another one is CAN. I don't need to go through those charts because they all look exactly the same. Peaked in like beginning of January or mid-January 2021 and sold off to ridiculous lows this month. Next up, we're going to look at the tech sector because tech has been dying recently. Dying. Past couple months, tech has been dying. I know there's been a lot of problems with the semiconductor sector, chip shortages, and also tech getting rid of workers. So a lot of people have been laid off in the tech sector. I know that. Cheaper labor is elsewhere. Let's just put it that way. That's why a lot of people in the more wealthy countries have been getting laid off when, these tech companies can either find cheaper labor or new ways to manage different tasks that need to get done. So I'm looking at AMD Puts. I have my channel here, the channel that I drew on the 4-hour chart. The daily chart is kind of paying close attention to it as well. So it's at a critical point for me. I think it's going to drop down to around $89. in the first couple of days. I won't be surprised if we get a bounce here though at the same time. So like I said, it's a critical point. Here it was obviously clearly puts. Now we're at a critical point. If it breaks below, then more puts. If it holds, we could be looking at calls back up to around $100. So AMD is definitely on watch. Same with Nvidia. I mean, AMD and Nvidia have a similar chart. And I've said multiple times, like, if you don't want to trade Nvidia, you can trade AMD. If you don't want to trade AMD and you have enough money, you can trade Nvidia. But Nvidia doesn't really have that same kind of channel I was talking about as AMD. So it's not exactly easier to trade, but I can just put it out there as well for you guys. If you see AMD down 2-3% on a day, continue tanking, Nvidia might be down 4-5% as well and continue to tank as well. Speaking of tanking, let's look at Robinhood. As always, my stance on this never changes. Puts, puts, puts. Burn it to the ground. I saw a post from Unusual Whales talking about Robinhood had agreed like a settlement, to I guess refund or something people because of what happened in March 2020 when people couldn't trade on a platform. I'm not talking about the GameStop AMC times. I'm talking about when the app just stopped working. This was March 2020, so it just shut people out of the app due to, I think, too much volatility. So there's some kind of class action been filed by customers, consumers, users of Robinhood. I don't know if it means you, me, any of us who use Robinhood or used Robinhood back then get any money. If we do, it's probably like $1 each. Probably not even. I'm sure the lawyers are just getting all the big money. But like I said, Robinhood Puts is at its lowest it's ever been. Puts to the ground. I don't know what strike price you guys want to go with, but I'm looking at Robinhood Puts. Very clearly bearish on multiple different time frames. Very clearly below any level of support. Any level where you could see it holding. Below the moving averages. Tanking each and every week. This has not changed. In fact, I don't even need to look at Robinhood anymore. It's very clear. It's puts on Robinhood. That's what I'm looking at this week. I'm looking at more puts though. Square, ticker symbol SQ, or block, ticker symbol SQ, used to be Square. It's at $71. I'm looking at puts down to around, let's see, right here, $65. That's the target with SQ. Puts down to $65. It dropped 6% on Friday. I'm looking at another 6-7% drop this week. It's below the moving average on the daily chart, and it can get back to the lows that it was at just around a month ago. There's a stock we traded this week, Dollar Tree, ticker symbol DLTR, and I'm looking at puts on that as well. It's at 156 right now. I'm looking at a little drop down. You see that gap it had in May from 155 down to 145. I'm looking at a very similar drop this time. A gap filled down here, about a $12 drop from where it currently sits to where it dropped to last month. It gapped down, then it gapped up a few days later, which is pretty cool. So who knows, maybe the pattern will repeat itself this time. It'll gap down, then gap up in a few days, mid-June, maybe the end of June. But like I said, I'm looking at puts on Dollar Tree. We made money on the calls because it pumped quickly, but it proceeded to sell off, breaking below the 9-day moving average on the daily chart. If we check the 4-hour chart out, it's below a 4-hour support. It's hitting around a daily support zone. Same thing as I said, puts down to around 145, $11-12 drop. Don't worry guys, you've got more puts. Amazon puts. Amazon is now at 109. It's been selling off. You see the 4-hour candle. There were some big red candles on the 4-hour chart. Let me look at the daily. Look at that, broke below the moving average. It has a very strong support at $100. A very strong support at $100. I'll just draw that line in for you guys. Right at the daily support zone, here, very strong support here. I like the puts down to $100. When it's around $120, my price target was $107. A couple of you guys had asked me in the Discord, and we're almost at that price target. Another drop will see us go to $100. So I'm looking at the Amazon puts. Now I want to check out the Chinese stocks. I'll start off with Alibaba. Alibaba had a great couple days last week where it jumped from lows of $100 to highs of $120. But now I'm looking at seeing it go back down towards 105, then again to 99/$100. Alibaba puts. On the other hand, it could start pushing up again once it hits those levels. And you know what? Without even hitting those levels, it might just start pushing up again because it's at a level of support. I've drawn $110. That level I've drawn, and I've had it there for around in fact, I've had it there maybe 8 months now. Dating back to, December. Yep. So we're at that level. It could push up from here, but it could also tank down. So I'm just indifferent for now. I'll just play what the market gives me on Alibaba. I would be surprised to see it push up, but at the same time, these Chinese stocks can just fly without you even expecting it. And lastly but not least, I say lastly, but the second Chinese stock I'm looking at is Baidu. So with Baidu, similar story. It hit a daily resistance and now it's moving down. We're at a weekly support. So I am looking at puts for Baidu down to around $137, which is where the 100-day moving average is as well. As you can see, it started uptrending and then hit the resistance and started downtrending. I feel like the downtrend will continue with Baidu. But once again, looking at those 2 green candles in the middle of last week, these stocks can run, so you just got to be careful. This is probably better for a day trade than a swing trade in my opinion. But as always, like I mentioned, you play what the market gives you. Now let's look at the S&P 500 ETF index SPY. My target here this week is 381, 382, around there. So it's just an $8 drop. Look at the gap down overnight from Thursday to Friday. That was a big drop. Anyone who got in SPY puts did well. We cannot really break that 415 level. We have not really broken it properly yet. We get close and then we just break down. And with the Fed speaking this week, I expect more bad news and uncertainty. So as I mentioned, an $8 drop. Seeing SPY hit, I guess, the lowest it has been this year. Could be an option. It could be a possibility this week as well if it gets below 380. So I'm bearish on SPY this week, as I have been for a while, to be honest. There were a couple of weeks where I was like, SPY could have a green week. But this week I'm expecting a red week. Let's check out the weekly chart. From the past 10 weeks, it's had 1 green week. More red can be expected. There's more downside here. One bonus stock for you guys is going to be Netflix. Once again, I like this long-term, short-term puts. Very clearly bearish. Look at the weekly chart. Bearish on below all these moving averages. Daily chart, Netflix. Just jumped down below this moving average again, below the 3 moving averages. Their numbers are not great. They've been losing subscribers for a while. 4-hour chart, bearish. You can look at so many different time frames, bearish. But as I mentioned, they've been losing subscribers. I think the Stranger Things numbers were not as good as they expected. We all know that their earnings, the past couple earnings, have gone pretty horrifically, to be honest. And that's why the stock has just been tanking. It's only 2 months ago that it was at almost $400. Just a couple months ago. Now it's been sinking. Honestly, Netflix has been sinking. So many of the tech companies have been sinking. The crypto has been sinking. If we look at Bitcoin and Ethereum again, because I just want to remind you guys, crypto puts are on the cards. You look at Bitcoin, which is now below 28K. Last time it was below 28K, it went all the way down to 25K briefly. I did not know that. I would have took an opportunity to buy some of that, but it popped back up to 28.5K real quick. You can do technical analysis on crypto, as I've mentioned before. Same way you can do it on all these stocks I've been mentioning, you can do it on crypto as well. The Bitcoin is bearish. It looks like it's breaking down. Again, if crypto does decide to rally soon, maybe end of summer, maybe 4th quarter this year, then these prices are looking amazing. But if it's not happening anytime soon, just be patient and take opportunities to buy here and buy there. That's what I would say. That's what I would do. That's what I like doing. Ethereum is the only other crypto I'll look at right now. Again, this week crypto puts, but I'm saying longer term, buying these and holding these is not a bad option in my opinion. Even if you're just staking, this could be the time to get crypto at a cheaper price. So even if you're not getting the growth returns, you can still get your money from staking and you're getting crypto at a cheaper price anyway. So look at crypto puts for this week, but also look at those coins for long term. If you can get yourself 1 Ethereum or, maybe 1/10 of a Bitcoin, go for it. But That's kind of bringing me on to one other thing I want to mention. This period of time, guys, it is a tough market, right? We know it's a tough market. None of us are idiots. We see that each and every day there's difficulties you have to handle. Some days are easier than others, but long term, I can assure you this. These kind of periods make the best investors. They even make the best traders. Those who learn to thrive in these periods of time, periods of uncertainty. I know real estate prices are high, rent is being raised, gas prices are ridiculous per gallon. All these different factors are just noise and things which are not going to last forever. So when I say noise, I mean, it's loud and you hear a lot about it. But long term, if you can hang around in these markets at this period of time, you can survive any market. If you can trade and make profits at this period of time and be profitable, as we've been in the Discord, you can survive in the market long term. It's a good sign. I do want to point out that this can also be the time to keep cash and sit at the sideline and just watch. Just pay attention to how things are panning out. There's nothing wrong with that. That is something a lot of people are scared to do because they want to be in the markets every single day, looking at the charts 7-8 hours, be really invested in it. You don't have to be like that. If you can stomach it, then okay. But if you don't want to be doing that, you don't need to be doing that. You don't have to do that. But yeah, like I said, focus on trying to just be profitable, making your profits, take your profits here and there. Stay with a ratio where maybe I take profits at 20%, cut losses at 10% quickly. Maybe I take profits at 30%, cut losses at 15%. Find a plan, find a trade setup, and stick with it. I can't stress that enough. And obviously, as I always highlight, do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. This is the worst period of time to do that. Don't be like, oh man, my car payment comes in next week. I traded my last 300 on this and that. No. Oh, I need gas in my car. I'm going to go spend 50 on, Tesla out the money options. No, don't do that. Be smart with your trades. Be smart with your money. Manage your risk. So overall, I want to thank you guys once again for tuning in. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, please do drop a thumbs up, comment, share, and subscribe if you're new around here. These videos do take a lot of time, and I take time out of my busy schedule to make these videos. Of course, the full watch list will be available in the Discord, the Real Trading Academy. The link to that is in the description below. As always, you guys can check out the Stock Option Starter Pack. That is 10 videos for you guys. You have access to those videos for life. It talks about options Greeks, trading strategies, my trading strategies, calls, puts, all sorts of things in there. Go check it out. And lastly but not least, guys, check out all the different links in the description. We've got links to crypto, we've got links to Robinhood, even though we're going to trade puts on Robinhood. We've got links to all sorts there, and of course my socials. Follow me on TikTok if you're not already, The Wealth Prince. Of course, I'm going to be uploading more there as I learn to use the platform. But thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Hopefully I'll see you guys in the Discord. If not, I'll see you guys back here next time for another video. I'll go into making, you go into making. Enjoy your weekend. Peace.